Val's a good kid.
The throne is not up for grabs.
Definitely worthy of having the title.
You could be whatever you want to be, love.
Or you can go cry on a shoulder and neither would feel weird.
For just a moment, I could hear Blumplunk's antennas vibrating with excitement.
Yeah, here, let me start that from the top. My name is Rude Clouds. I am primarily a Hearthstone streamer, but I do also partake in some variety as well. I have a community that sort of focuses on not only being inclusive and welcoming, but also just very friendly, very down-to-earth, very relaxed.
I would definitely say that if you want someone who is honest to you and will just give you a very fresh personality, who will never fake anything, that would be me. Gaming wise, I do play a majority of everything. I would call myself jack of all trades, but master of none. I definitely do not call myself a master in any game, but I definitely am above proficient. And then I honestly just love being with my community and being honest with every single person. So if you come here, you'll know that I'm pretty brutal with everyone. However, at the same time, I do love y'all.
I am Tim, also known as Exiles Rhythm. I am a streamer who has been streaming since April. I really try to emphasize in my channel bettering yourself and becoming a part of something else. Now, I know that sounds like kind of conflicting principles, because how can you be trying to join and be a part of something else while simultaneously bettering yourself? I beg you to look at any friendship, anybody who is supportive of you. They're going to support you in getting better, and then for that you're going to feel towards them, right?
I try combining good gameplay, like like a skillful gameplay, while also having some fun, So like if you just enjoy having someone on in the background that's like explaining their thought process, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Well, I'm Val, aka Valseron on Twitch. I play Hearthstone almost exclusively. I try to have a healthy mix of educational gameplay as well as just kind of having fun, doing the memes, all that sort of nonsense. But ultimately, I just try and focus on having a good time and meeting interesting people, more so than focusing on the game.
My name is Azrael. Azrael as it gets is my Twitch channel. I stream primarily Hearthstone. About 85% of my content, approximately, is Hearthstone related. About 15-20% of my streaming content is variety stuff. I like a lot of RPGs, I like a lot of FPSs, a lot of AAA games, top tier games, for all platforms.
So for myself, I actually met Exiles Rhythm first.
Oh, it was funny. With Exiles, he was always just in Val's chat, so we just kind of bonded every time we hung out with Val.
All of a sudden, Exiles Rhythm comes out of nowhere, the madman. The madman Exiles.
I actually met Exiles about the first month. Exiles Rhythm, just out of nowhere, he hosted me.
And popped into my channel and said, hey. And so we just started chatting.
And I remember specifically Exiles, because I snooped a little. And I went on his VOD to see why he hosted me. And I remember watching him like scroll down the list. And he was like choosing people, and he was like saying why he didn't want to host one guy or whatever. He's like, oh, that guy's got funky hair or something. I was like, okay, this guy's very judgmental of hair. I'm curious why he hosted me. And then he clicks on my stream. He's like, oh, this guy's cute.
Pretty sure he hosted me as well. And was like, hey, like, I'm Blump, hi guys, like, who are you,
Do I think Exiles is fitting for the title of Voice of Twitch?
I think he's definitely worthy of having the title.
I think it's a little too narrow. I'm not just the voice of Twitch, I'm the voice of our generation.
I feel like whenever they self-proclaim something, I'm just like, sure, if it makes you happy. You could be whatever you want to be, love.
Risa randomly stumbled across me one day, and she was super nice and outgoing.
Stars aligned. I just randomly was looking for someone to host, like Exile had hosted me.
She was streaming some League, I was streaming League, and then she hosted me. Just random, That's how it works on Twitch sometimes.
And I literally went to the one person over to the right of that guy on the browse page, and it ended up being Risa, Striving Light.
I would start to see Striving Light pop up in Val's chat plenty. Hear it mentioned that Risa also streamed and thought, hey, you know what? So far, I'm being pretty fortunate about these people who I'm running into. And from anyone who's met Risa knows, they are an interesting individual.
I feel smarter than the rest of everyone. Yep, I said it. I'm the genius of the group again.
She makes some really good decisions, but she's not afraid to take a risk when she needs to. And I appreciate that, because that's something that I myself kind of tend to lean towards in some of my gameplay. Not being afraid to take those calculated risks. So she's fearless, and she plays Hearthstone Arena with some ferocity and some fearlessness that I respect.
I still remember this one very well because I was actually streaming at the time. Risa was one of my only mods, and she was naturally, shirking her duties. She was off somewhere else watching other people stream and then coming back and telling me about it. But I was streaming, and I remember she showed up in chat, and she's like, hey, I just found this guy. You absolutely have to host him when you're done if he's still on. He's super entertaining, and he just started streaming. I was like, oh, okay. A little peeved that my one mod was off watching other streamers and selling them out in my channel, but
I actually met him just by browsing. I rarely browse. But that one night I was like, you know what, why not? And I actually came by his stream, and that was when he just first started out. And I really liked his stream. It was really funny and really sweet.
He is maybe one of the most thoughtful people I've ever met. When it comes to being thoughtful of others, which is how I mean, that comes with a lot of empathy, which means he's a guy that, you would like to hang out with, maybe go to the cafe and get a chocolate. What do you get at cafes? I don't know. A chocolate coffee?
I know he's a very nice guy. Like Ezreal is great. Like he's just a genuinely good guy, Love him. Absolutely love him.
Azrael is one of the kindest human beings you'll ever meet, with one of the warmest hearts and just some of the most positive energy I've ever seen someone put out.
Like you could go you can go hang out with him, have a beer or whatever, or you can go cry on his shoulder, and neither would feel weird, Like he's a dude, he just gets it, He just gets it.
I think I met Blumplunk actually through Risa's channel.
Blumplunk was apparently really close with Exiles, and I hosted Blump Monday without knowing that Blump already knew me, and
That positive vibe that I so much thrive on, that I want to give off. Positive vibe, interactive with the community, having fun, but also entertaining to watch play the game. And I immediately connected with him.
my way of meeting Blump for the second time was hosting him and him saying like, hey Shriving, I always look in your stream, I totally forget to say hi sometimes. So it was just really weird meeting everyone.
As anyone who's met Blumps know, just again, another kind person, really friendly, honestly like a lot funnier than I think people like to talk about.
Blump likes to laugh. That's what I think about Blump. Blump likes to laugh.
No.
Every time we would discuss the EO symbol as it currently is, I'm pretty sure for just a moment I could hear Blumplunk's antennas vibrating with excitement.
I think it was pretty funny when Azrael threw that out in the Newlywed game. It was just like, oh, Blump here, my friend from another planet or something.
And then one thing that I do feel bad is that the team, even like we do it on stream, but even off stream, as so for example, we joke about him being on a different planet, and so we'll say something, but like, oh wait, Blump, do you have that there? And we'll be like talking about pizza or something, and I'm just like, guys, I actually feel bad. Blump loves it, and he like laughs about it. Everyone, stop teasing Blump, okay? He might be foreign, but be nice to him.
Every time I go into Valsaran's stream, like from the third time, I think it was the third or the fourth time I've entered a stream, all the way up until the last time I've been in a stream, I say the same thing, and then this will sum it all up, everything you asked, and that is, Val, what the
Val's a good kid.
I was honestly, shocked and impressed about his Twitter post that he had the other day, which was that he was just playing some Hearthstone off stream, and then he managed to put himself down to almost being top 100 legend on the NA server, and he posted a picture of that on Twitter, and I was like, damn, dude.
And he just casually decided, I'm going to push for legend. And I think I saw him tweet earlier today it was, that he just hit like under rank 150 legend, like that.
And I should talk about him a little bit more, or else he'll get offended. But Valsaren is my best friend now after we've met.
Val does play games, and I've seen Valstern, perform very well at certain games in the past. King of Games, I think if you have to crown yourself the King of Games, I don't know if that makes you the king of anything. I don't think being a king works that way.
I beat him with Angry Chicken Priest. I don't know what else I can say.
I just think it's fun, right? Just having like this king of games.
He's merely just entertainment for the true King of Games. Thank you.
All right, well, the throne is not up for grabs. I'll just go ahead and lay that down in stone here. The throne is mine, but I'll keep that in mind. About Eric, I remember the first time I saw his stream, because I think Exiles ended up hosting him, or something like that. I don't remember how I got there. Almost certainly that way, though.
We immediately had a connection from the jump. And he's just a fun, positive guy to be around. I don't get a chance to be in his stream as often as I would like.
I was like, I really like this Rude Clouds guy. I think he is someone I could genuinely become really good friends with.
Immediately fell in love with the vibe in that channel, his presence, his personality. Became a huge fan of his as well, and over time developed a friendship with him.
Was forced to hang out with him at TwitchCon, which was, a little back and forth. He's not the worst guy, I suppose.
Could tell with their attitude, I was like, you know what, we're gonna get on just fine. This is gonna be a lot of trash talk. But I think I was aware of it sooner than Risa was. Because the first time Risa came into my chat, I trash talked Risa harder than I've trash talked anyone to this day.
And he even said it to himself during the stream. He was just like, why am I being so mean to you right now? You've done nothing to me. I was like, yeah. And that love-hate relationship was born with Eric.
If there needs to be backstory, I'm more than happy providing it, which is just, we were doing a little bit of trivia, part of an Eternal Orbit event, and there was a question for Valsaren, which I did not hear correctly.
His question itself was like, if on an island, will you do this or this? The island. It's like, okay, Eric.
Because Island Time really shows just how not there Eric is sometimes. I mean it with all the love, of course, but sometimes the man is not present. He's somewhere else, which you can kind of admire, It's kind of that wanderlust you see in children.
There are few times where I think I've laughed harder on stream.
And so I was like, easy. I'm going to put down, it's so obvious, I'm not even going to say the correct answer, I'm just going to write #IslandTime. And it turns out that I misheard the question. And everyone laughed at me.
And I think that's what Island Time really signifies, is the fact that he had absolutely no idea what the prompt was for that question.
Yeah. Would you rather be on an island alone or on an island with someone else for the rest of your life? #IslandTime, baby.
Well, Eternal Orbit is a coalition of 6 streamers.
I think there's 6 incredible human beings.
Trying to produce good content for you guys.
You should come check us out because we're just a very welcoming community.
We're just real friends with each other.
Just come stop by any of our stream, watch us, and see if you like us.
Okay, so guys, if you haven't heard about Eternal Orbit, it is a production house.
Production house organization.
Production house organization.
So if I were to describe Eternal Orbit, I would definitely describe it as not a production house organization, which is what we as a team have agreed upon describing it as. But I feel like that loses a little bit of the warmness that the team is kind of supposed to give off. Pretty much how I would describe Eternal Orbit is a group of friends who are professionally kind of bringing entertainment through video games to people on the internet. A bunch of losers playing Hearthstone and enjoying each other's time together. And hopefully branching out and just doing some other stuff together as well. If you like one of us, I can guarantee you'll like the other 5 members. That's how certain I am that we all mesh so well together. And that's ultimately all I'd have there is to say. If you want to know anything about Eternal Orbit, you just gotta watch one of us and you'll know what it's all about.